Stop deleting my text. That is my text. You can't just delete it. There you go. Fuck me. Hey, Ristov. The SSD. I'm amused by that. Only the Chinese know about putting an SSD in your PS3. How much does that speed up load times by? Like, I imagine it's like quite a lot, because fucking the PS3 default hard drive is crap. "30 seconds over the run," and like it's a short run as well, Nexus, isn't it? So like, I wonder how much difference it would make over a longer game. 23 minutes, nice. Yeah, no, that's a decent clip of time. I don't run anything on PS3, so luckily I have nothing to install. I don't have to install an SSD in my fucking PS3. Like, that would have been a big deal. Actually, I bet you anyway that the King... like, if I had ran Birth by Sleep on PS3, which I did for a bit, but I quickly stopped because the load times were so crap. Like, on my rig. But now there's a PS4 version, which I haven't ran yet. I own the PS4 version, but I haven't speedran it yet. Just another one on the endless fucking bucket list that I have. I will never, ever, ever get through all the speedruns that I want to do in my lifetime. Even if I speedrun from now until the day I goddamn die, I will not get through all of the shit I want to do. You know, that's inevitable, and that's okay. But I'm not okay with that. That's okay, but I don't like it. Game, don't do that. I'm not resetting. I should, but I'm not going to. It's good to have plans. I always have plans. I'm always up to something. Sometimes I take a break from executing these plans and I feel bad about it because it's like, oh, if I spent all that time actually doing things, I could have gotten more done. But then I realized that, like, oh yeah, actually at some point I have to fucking stop. Because like, even though this is a hobby and this is like leisure time for me, it's not the most leisurely leisure activity. Sometimes I need a break from my hobby. Because it's a competitive practice. And that is the reason why I do not ever get as much done in a given time frame as I think I will. I dropped my text by accident there, but that's fine. It's like I think, oh, I have the weekend off. I'll play lots of games this weekend. After all, I can play 9 hours a day. And then I'm like, actually, I do not have the stamina to do that. So, like, let's not. But that being said, I'm actually getting more and more used to waking up. Like, I've streamed both days this weekend, which is not something I don't usually stream on the weekend at all. So that's an improvement. Because previously I've been like, I go comatose on weekends. I just sleep for like 12 hours straight. Because I tend to just like sleep like shit during the week and then like recover on the weekend in time to go back to work. But lately, I've been sleeping good, so I'm actually getting more done on weekends. I feel really good about this. Like, I'm actually doing a stream on a Sunday. I mean, it's Monday now because of how much... Whatever, you get the point. I'm very happy. It's a life improvement, you guys. I'm pleased with this. I have made a conscious effort towards improving my habits, and it's actually working. It's great. I haven't figured out how to improve my awful personality, but that comes later. Why? Fuck me. I'll fix that in my 80s. Yeah, if I get that far. Personality is A+, please don't. Thank you. Now, while I'm busy being, like, the frankest person... Fuck you, Will. While I'm busy being, like, the frankest person in the universe about online content or whatever, I sometimes struggle to reconcile the fact that... Okay, so, like, streaming as a thing is primarily personality-driven. Like, that's obvious. That is not unusual or unknown to me. But also, like, okay, so, like, people, they do come to watch me. For me. This took me a while to come to terms with, by the way. But people do like watching my stream because I am the one doing it. Weird, but, like, nevertheless, okay. Like, now that I've grown to terms with that, I'm increasingly more okay with it. As strange as I think it is. Nevertheless... But what also gets me is that it's like a dual thing. Like, they watch it for me, but also I just won't get people in the door if I'm not playing the right game. Like, I mean, Silent Hill, I got like 70 viewers, although like a lot of that is from a half raid. But nevertheless, like, if I'm doing some casual streaming shit, like Crosscode, I get way less people. I don't know why. Is it because I'm happy when I'm playing that game? I don't get it. Also, that's a fucking good clock. That's like perfect RNG again. This one is going places. There's like people watch streams for me. Like, if I was a boring despot, no amount of playing Silent Hill would help. But playing Silent Hill when I'm not a boring despot does also help. It's weird. Like, they watch for me because they wouldn't watch someone else playing Silent Hill 2 if they sucked. But me playing not Silent Hill 2 also doesn't work. It's like, why is it both? Pick one, you fuckers. Viewers are so fickle online. There, that's me being frank about, like, online things. When it comes to online streaming, the thing that... Yeah, you get a lot of viewers playing Crosscode. I think it's because the developer retweets you. Why won't the developer retweet me? Is it because I complained about the fact it broke? Or is it just because there's like 90 million people, like, streaming the game? Half has momentum. I don't have momentum. How do I get momentum? Frustrating. That was good. Oh, that was really good. That was fire. That wasn't good. Fuck. That was almost good. Momentum is confused. I don't claim to understand it. Yes! Around the hedge. I don't claim to understand streaming as an enterprise at all. Anything of the sort. But I do get that people watch it for me, to some extent. They like the vibe that I have. The affect that I project. Like, that's nice, because I kind of just act like me. Like, there's a certain value in a manufactured authenticity. But, like, I very much do just talk wild bullshit all the time. I don't have it in me. But nevertheless, it seems like there's, you know, like, the game itself does actually definitely matter to a lot of people, and I'm wondering what the deal is with that. Like, do I act differently when I'm playing different games? Is that it? Or is it something... Is it just that... I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it yet. Maybe when I get it, I'll work something out, but I don't get it yet. Maybe it's just that viewers are completely fucking random. I don't know. What's with you guys? I mean, everyone in chat now is not really guilty of this, but... It's not really even anything to be guilty about. I don't know why I'm accusing anyone. It's just weird. It confuses me. I don't really get statistics. I don't really know what I'm complaining about. I'm not even sure if I'm complaining about anything. I'm just kind of stating things. Like, thing exists. This is a thing that happens. It's a bit of a confusing dichotomy sometimes. Good. No! Fucking asshole. Auto aim is a joke of a mechanic. Yeah, it's not as though I mind this dichotomy so much that I'm talking about, so much as just it's a thing. I mean, I mind it a bit, but like, what am I going to do about it, right? It's no one's fault. It's just not something I get. Maybe I'll get it one day. In the meantime, Silent Hill. Plus, I do like running these games. Like, it is pleasant. Drain faster. Get on with it. I want to save time on this split. Boo! I mean, I did save time, but, like, not much. Like, I know why... oh, let's just run into a wall, because I'm staring at the ceiling. I know why Freedom Planet and Celestial Practice did not go down super well with an audience, because it is fucking high stress as shit, and I generally tend to be quite high strung while I'm doing it. Which isn't... I mean, it's also repetitive as shit. Which is like a bit of a... That's been a bit of a chestnut that I've had a hard time unpacking every single time I've tried to stream those games. Every single time I do streaming, I tend to talk very frankly about the nature of the thing that I stream, which feels like I do this all the time. All the time. Well, why am I never like those streamers who just talk about mustard or something? They talk about some wild bullshit. I'm always talking frankly about the nature of online content. Why am I like this? Why can't I just have fun? Ridiculous. We both know why that's the case. It's not in my nature. I'm far too online. It's too much. I don't know, I guess it's just because I'm hyper-focused and always trying to, like, deliver things people like. I have access to a bevy of completely useless fucking statistics that are ostensibly supposed to help me figure that out, but god, they're not useful for it.
What's your name? Mary?
Like, you ever seen all those shit you get on YouTube videos where you can see exactly where people stopped watching? It's all a bunch of stuff you can obsess over and get nothing out of it, 'cause it doesn't really mean a whole lot in isolation. Especially because the broader social context can affect such things. Yeah, it's improved stream quality. I mean, I think my stream quality is pretty decent now. I've got, like, good audio quality. The video quality is generally nice. It's the thing I put on the stream that puzzles me from time to time. Like, partially it's just that I don't ever want to be, like, stuck being the one guy who does the one thing. Even though, like, I do play Silent Hill a lot. But I never want to be just the Silent Hill guy. And I fear that's my future trajectory. Even though I am good at it. It could be my future trajectory if I was interested in that. And it might just be because I do just play a lot of Silent Hill. But I like to do a bunch of other things as well, and it's like, how do I get people as interested in that as they are about my Silent Hill nonsense? Why am I bleeding time on every fucking split? These are questions I wish I had the answer to. You like other horror survival in general? No, I mean, well, maybe. Like, if I streamed Resident Evil, it would probably get, like, fairly decent. Like, Resident Evil 7 always went over pretty well as well. Like, that's not too far off. But I have long struggled to make games like... Why did I swap to the shotgun? That was unnecessary. I have long struggled to make games like Freedom Planet or Celeste, like, particularly resonate with the types of people who watch me do speedruns. Not that they were, like, complete failures or anything, they were just noticeably less numbersy. 7714. Seven, 714. Thank you, sweet one. Door. I don't know, maybe it's just different crowds. That's possible. It just conflicts with the idea that the thing that... I don't know. It's weird. 7424? I'm not actually sure about that. 7424? We're going with 7424. Hope everyone's okay with that. Seven, 4, 2, 4. 44. The first digit might be wrong, but that's okay. Nope. Like, it doesn't matter if I get the digits wrong. 7, 7, 1, 4. 4, 2, 4. And then I can just brute force it. It was a 7 as well. So as long as you're sure on at least 3 digits, you can brute force the last one. Which is a useful, like, thing to be able to know that you can do. Because the turn the numbers puzzle has a really fucked up font. So, like, sometimes it's like, I'm not sure if that's a 7 or a 3. I'm just gonna, like, I'll get all the other 3 digits and then I'm just gonna spam the wheel on the other number. I'm just fire that anyway. Like, will he die on schedule? No, he didn't even die at all. Epic. This is fucking slow. Cool, and that took an extra shot. Okay, well he died on schedule at least. That's a shame. He did the random swingy thing, so I lost time. I could have gotten closer, yes, but alternatively, he could have just not done that. Game, don't fucking do that, ever. Hello? Hey, PD. Why does he walk past the ladder sometimes? One day I'll figure out how to regain control there without doing a 360 on the spot like a jackass. Zero runs today. I PB'd by like 50 seconds in this category, but my PB wasn't like high grade or anything. It's better now. I'm getting close. So this category is the one that actually has like the good runs in it, so getting world record is not like trivial. Not that it was like trivial in the other two, but it was like less difficult. I could also try and like improve my dog ending and UFO times. That would actually probably be a good idea. But I want to do this first. Actually get like a decent time posted in like the main category. Rather than this weird New Game Plus shit. I don't know why people spam quick save here. It doesn't do anything. I'm pretty sure it doesn't do anything. Getting double New Game Plus world records is pretty cool. They're also still improvable, so I might go back and try that at some point. Try and shore those times up a bit. Yeah, saved a second. Like, both my dog and UFO ending runs have some pretty wild errors in them. Although in exchange for getting the double New Game Plus world record in Silent Hill 2, I fucking lost Silent Hill 1 any percent. And that run actually is, like, good. So that's a bummer. But then my any percent world record of Silent Hill 1 was never, like, fantastic. It was, like, good. It's a good run. I was happy with it. But it was never great. It had problems. Was that recently? Yeah, like a couple of days ago or something. It's just that, like, getting good Silent Hill 1 runs became, like, vastly more of a pain in the ass since the out of bounds became a thing. Like, obviously the new world record has the first try out of bounds in it, which I've never ever gotten in a run ever. So that's like 6 seconds right there. What's my favorite run? My favorite speed run is, if you mean in terms of Silent Hill, I'm probably 1. It is the one I've done the most, so like yeah, 1. In terms of just any game ever, any game I've ran, I really did like Freedom Planet. I would not have done that run to the extent that I did if I didn't enjoy that speedrun. Class act, that game. But then, like, I don't know, it kind of... I was not in a good state of mind by the end of my time with that game. And again, that links back to the fact that I'd chronically had trouble getting people to care about it. You want Illbleed? I have, actually. It's not on speed... Oh, so I stopped moving because I fucking let go of the stick like a dumbass. It's not on speedrun.com because Illbleed is a game that I ran so long ago, the only split file I have for it is only compatible with WSplit. It's also on a different hard drive. I never uploaded any runs of that I did to YouTube, and I kind of feel bad about that, because I probably should have. But I ran Illbleed. Way back when. My time in it was also definitely worse than what the world record is now, but it's also better than what the second place time is, so... I haven't ran it recently. Like, I haven't ran it in years. I would need to relearn that run if I wanted to do it again, and I kinda do. It's just like more on the eternal fucking bucket list that I never get around to. The thing with Illbleed that always kind of got me right is that, like, I really like the early game of that run. I really like running Stage 1 and Stage 2. Those are the good runs. Stage 3, I do not enjoy. As a run. It is a lot of pause buffering, and it's kind of fucking boring. Yes! Good movement. And then you have Stage 4, the Killer Department Store. That's okay, but it's like, you have, like, hide-and-seek RNG, which is a pain in the ass, but it's not that much of a pain in the ass, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. The jump rope minigame is, like, way too stressful in a run, because if you fuck it up, you lose, like, a minute. The Killer Department Store in general is just a bit, like, long. But it's not a terrible level, it's just a bit... It's not my favorite, but it's not as bad as... Again, Stage 3 really takes the wind out of me in that run, because it's such a long level, and it's so tedious to run. And what's Stage 5 again? Stage 5 is... It's Toy Hunter, isn't it? Toy Hunter is like... There's really not much room to fuck Toy Hunter up. I feel like I'm forgetting a level. Am I forgetting a level? I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting a level. You have the Home Run of Death. You have the Killer Worms level, whose name I've forgotten. You have Wood Puffets. Killer Man. I'm forgetting Killer Man. Oh, I have an audio loop bug active. The game might crash. Oh, or I could just walk into a wall. Hey, I saved 4 seconds. That's never going to stop. Okay, it stopped. Anyway, what was I on about? Right. Yeah, I forgot Killer Man. Killer Man is also a level where there's not a lot of room to do it faster. There's one section where you can do it faster, and then it's kind of just an auto... Like, it's not really an auto-scroller, but you just sort of walk... Like, the morgue is a fucking ginormous area where you just kind of walk through it. if you know the route, you just follow the route. And it's not like this game where see, moving well in this game takes like effort. Illbleed actually has a functional fucking camera that works with its movement control scheme, but as a result of that, it makes the run a bit more boring. Because you just, like, if you point the stick in the direction you want to go, and it works. Like, wow. But it also just means that, like, good movement isn't difficult to do. So as long as you know where you're going, it tends to make it just a case of walking through a large-ass area. And Illbleed's a long game. That's like an hour-and-a-half long run. The fact that, like, half of it isn't great is a bit of a, like, killer for me. It's not a terrible run, but, like, it's, like, the first stage is so entertaining. Because, like, it's full of traps in a tight space, but you can juke them if you get a beat on them, and go around them without triggering them, or needing to, like, mark them or anything. If you know what, like, the first stage has really interesting strats. I really enjoy that level. You can do it so fucking quickly, like, mad-ass dash, if you know what you're about. Ah, damn it. But the rest of the levels just aren't like that, because they tend to revolve around enemy encounters. That's another thing, is that, like, when it's a spook, when it's like a trap that you can avoid. No, god damn it, wrong fucking cell. When it's a trap that you can avoid, you can, like, avoid it if there is room to avoid. You can avoid some of them. You don't need to, like, always be doing stuff. You don't need to be tagging all of them. Some of them are fixed, so you can always have a sense for what they're like. Don't drop my input. Can't see. So maybe I would just do, like, individual level runs of stage 1 or something. That game does have an in-game clock that you could use for that. Don't it drop my input super hard. It dropped my input so hard I exited the fucking menu because I backed out twice because I expected to... I expected it to not ignore the button to confirm twice, and it did. This game can be a right pain in the ass sometimes with its fucking menu drops. Probably losing time on this split. It's the levels that have less traps and more enemies, like wood puppets, because, like, even if you have a beat on an enemy encounter and you mark it, you will still get into the fight. So you still have to just exit the fight. And since Eriko has, like, a built-in shock brace into her character power set, there's no point. You just run into them. But it also means there's no way to, like, avoid encounters by, you know, any sort of trickery. You are very much... You are nearly always going to get into fights. Nearly always. That's the reason I like stage 2, is that if you know what you're doing, like, because the encounters are caused by physically making contact with a worm. Which means if you know what you're doing, you can juke them. Which is entertaining. I like that. Like, it's dynamic. You actually have to play the game. Good cube. Your run is blessed by the cube. Uh-oh, that's off-center. Didn't matter. Good runs and PBs will come to you, but only if you post thanks cube in this thread. This guy absolutely blocked the fucking ladder there. Is he gonna move? Yeah, he is. Still playing Octopath Traveler? Not really, no. I kind of dropped it in favor of Crosscode. I kind of got bored of Octopath. It just got very repetitive and grindy. Not really grindy. I say grindy. I don't mean grindy. Just repetitive. Like, just repetitive. It's not really any grinding occurring. It's just... nothing is occurring, really, in that game. It's so fucking spread out. Octopath is a game that's like 60 goddamn hours long that probably only needs to be like 20? Maybe 30? First, Arson Boy. I could have done blind. Shit. Door. Still good RNG, I guess. Nope. Game ignored my input. Always blind arsonist. Unbelievable. So I'm playing now Crosscode. Hear back about GDQ this week? I will hear back this weekend. And I will probably post on Twitter. Because I'm not streaming this weekend due to the fact that I am in London doing other London-esque activities that are not streaming. Like meeting with friends at an arcade and going to a fighting game tournament. Because I can. Yeah, like Crosscode came out and that thus far is a much, much, much more compelling like RPG than Octopath Traveler. And it's also like a fifth of the fucking price. Never fuck AAA games. Only indie games from now on. He said, playing a AAA game. Is this AAA? I don't really know. More like a maybe AA. This is gonna save some time. Yay! What's the fight tournament? There's a big European anime game tournament called Revolution, and I just happened to be in the neighborhood when it's going on, so I thought I'd stop by and, like, say hi and play some games. I'm not actually in the tournament. Because that would entail being, like, not shit at those games. How am I so far out every time now? Yeah, having some time off to go to London for the weekend as well also means I took some time off work, which means I only have a 4-day work week this week, which is pleasing to me for an array of reasons. I also don't think I've told my parents I'm coming home for the weekend. I should probably do that. I have a habit of just turning up. Because I'm kind of self-sufficient. I just kind of drop by. Although I should probably let them know just in case they've changed the locks. To go to EGX? I did not. Ah. Fool! Yes! That was a really good out of bounds. That's the shit you need. That was a fucking good out of bounds. That should save a shit ton of time. I just have to execute the rest. Don't, James. I swear to God I do not do that when he does that. The game lies. And I'm perturbed and confused by the game's lies. Slightly slow menu there. Due to the lesser known technique of being shit. Luck. Word. No. I have no music, strangely enough. Solid hotel so far. Ah. Ah, fuck. That never works. That hitbox is so particular. One day I'll hit that fucking videotape shot. I have no music. Why do I have no music? That's a bit concerning. Yeah, nope, still no music. Okay, we're just doing the rest of this run in silence, I guess. Why is this guy in front of the door? This is going to be a very good split. Actually, holy shit, am I on, like, world record pace? What? Don't obliterate me. I might be. Okay, I'm gonna get the fuck out of the way. Or he could just stab me twice anyway. Don't, James. The auto-aim shit, dude.
Mary?
What do you want, James?
I brought you some flowers.
Flowers? I don't want any damn flowers. Just go home already.
Mary, what are you saying?
Look. Disgusting. I don't deserve flowers.
Nah, slow down a bit, fuck. Ah, oh, god damn, James, you fucking asshole. This is, oh my god, the strafing. Delete this. I've fucked up every single strafe, all of them. I literally didn't do a single one correctly. Cool. Ow. Yeah, no, that's cool. That might be world record. Holy shit! Oh my god! Holy shit! Yeah, no! Holy shit! I didn't think I'd get that one! Wow! I didn't think that was that good! Fuck me, that out of bounds was crazy!